مجمع الأندلس التعليمي، تعلم عصري ملهم بهوية وطنية وقيم إسلامية.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Again, this is Mr. Mohanned back with you, dear students, and today's lesson is on page, not one page, actually 2 pages, on page 34 and page 35. We'll be doing many things today. We are going to do exercise B, C, D, that is reading, also D, and we are going to do vocabulary on page 35. So let's read the objectives and begin. 1. Choose the most suitable title after reading through the text. 2. Choose the correct answer in 6 MC questions after reading the text. 3. Answer 2 CR questions about the text after reading it. 4. Match 6 highlighted words from the text to their definition. And the last one, fill in 6 blanks in 6 sentences with the correct words after reading them. So let's begin. First of all, let's watch a video and answer the following questions.
The city of Babylon was near the banks of the Euphrates River, a region that today is part of Iraq. As many caravans of different peoples passed through the region, the city received many religious, social, and cultural influences, and soon it grew in size and power. The city had water channels that flowed through it. This water supplied different needs of the population. Possibly, it was the world's largest city at its peak. Besides having the famous Hanging Gardens, which were considered one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. With the accumulation of wealth, the Babylonians began to build statues, temples, and monuments deeply detailed. The structure of the Babylonian government was commanded by nobles of different dynasties and their religious leaders. The origin of the name Babylon is an adaptation of the Greek language. The original name comes from the Akkadian language, Babab, the translation of which would be the door of the gods. With King Hammurabi's ascension to the throne of Babylon, the city became even more important. Hammurabi was the 6th king of the Amorite dynasty, and, under his reign, Babylon was strengthened, dominating territories that previously belonged to the Sumerian and Akkadian empires. Hammurabi conquered the major cities of Mesopotamia, including the cities of Ashur and Nineveh, thus creating the first Babylonian empire, called the Paleo-Babylonian Empire. He also created the famous Hammurabi Code, which was a set of laws and how to apply the equivalent punishment to the crimes committed. That code followed the principle of the law of Talion, the famous eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth.
Okay, now after you have watched this video, let's answer these questions. First, where is Babylon located? Okay, dear students, where is Babylon located? Well, from the video and the maps, I think it is located in what is called today Iraq. Yes, it is in Iraq. It's an Arabian country. The next one, what is the name of the king in the video? Yeah, there was a king mentioned in this video and his name was Hammurabi. Yes, Hammurabi. And I think that his name is connected with a special code of laws. Would you like to visit Babylon? Why or why not? Well, for me, I think I would like to do that in order just to see what happened to Babylon after thousands of years. Now, our first objective, read the text quickly and choose the most appropriate title A, B, or C. First, A. Reaching Babylon at last. B. In the footsteps of Ibn Battuta. C. Journey to an unknown destination. This is the text. So, please read it so we can do this activity. Okay, the first paragraph refers to something very old or ancient. The second paragraph. This is a teacher, I think. Yeah, it refers to a teacher. You can see here, Basra in southern Iraq. Yes, this is the name of a city in Iraq. It's in southern Iraq. Next. Yeah, Qatar Airways. So you can, dear students, pause the video and read it carefully. So let's move on to the objective itself, or there is another reading text here. Okay, off-roading, where this is a kind of way, or yes, this is it. Paving stones. Paving stones. And this is, I returned to Hella. We went to one of the nice cafes people have built beside the river and drank fresh juice. Before going to Mr. Rashid's house, where he spent the night, Mr. Rashid has a large collection of books, but also a large collection of very loud cats, and the combination of the heat and noise made it difficult to sleep. So I spent most of the time until the sun came up reading more about ancient Babylon. Okay, as I told you, you can go back to the video and pause wherever you want to read. So the answer would be, yes, reaching Babylon at last. Now we are going to read again and answer these 6 questions. They are multiple choice questions. Every question has 4 choices. So read carefully. You can go back to the video and find the answers. Okay, 1. He was amazed. 2. Hilla, that's a city in Iraq. 3. His colleague's uncle. 4. They constructed a tunnel under a river. 5. The time the men spent at the ruins of ancient Babylon. And the final one, a cat lover. Based on paragraph 6, what type of person do you think Mr. Rashid is? According to the number of cats he has in his apartment or house, he is a cat lover. Okay, now we move on to the next slide. Okay, obviously it's thinking time. Answer the following questions. Did the writer enjoy his trip to Babylon? What makes you think so? You can go back to the reading text and find out if the writer of this text enjoyed his trip to Babylon. Do you think he enjoyed that trip? Well, I think so, because he would not write that much about it. That's my reason. I don't know about you. Let's see the answer. Yes, the writer enjoyed his trip to Babylon very much. We can understand this from the fact that he spent 2 hours at the site of the ruins of the ancient Babylon, despite the heat, and took photos of almost everything he saw. That is a good reason. There, in lines 30 to 35 also. At the end of the visit, the writer says he was very satisfied in line 36. Yes, you will find that in line 36. Now we finished exercises B, C, and D. Let's move on to the rest, which is exercise E. But first of all, let's close down this lesson. Yeah. Look at the map and match the cities below with the countries. We have Casablanca, Warsaw, Shanghai, Acapulco, Doha, and Lima. Yes, I think, firstly, we begin with Doha, and this is the map of Qatar. The rest are, this is Mexico, Morocco, Poland, and China. So where do you think Casablanca is? Any Moroccan student here? Yeah, Casablanca is in Morocco, and it's the capital of Morocco. Also, Doha is the capital of Qatar. We have here Shanghai. Shanghai, from the name, Shanghai, it's in China. Lima, I think Lima is in Peru, yes. And Warsaw is in Poland. Acapulco, from the name, it's obviously in Mexico. We have homework here. Please open your workbook pages, or sorry, page 29, and do this exercise. Now to the next one, which is exercise E from page 35 plus vocabulary. Let's first check some of these words. Okay. What are these? These are called clay tablets. Yes, again, clay tablets.
Clay tablets.
If you have a ball under a table, what do you say? It is underneath. Yes, it is underneath. What are these? We can put them on roofs, you know. These are
Tiles.
yes, tiles. And what does this picture present? Yes, paving stones. Paving stones. These stones are paved so people can walk on them.
Paving stones.
Yes. Next. Yeah, it's obviously sunburned. Yes.
Sunburned.
Yes. When the sun burns your face or your skin, you are sunburned. What is this exactly? A plus B equals AB, or red plus yellow equals orange. I think this is a combination. Yeah, combination. Okay, let's go back to our PowerPoint. Yes. Now let's test your memory. Let's begin with the last one. I think this is, yeah, combination. Paving stones. And this one, what do you think? Yeah, underneath. Tiles. Sunburned. And the first one should be clay tablets. Okay, let's go back to our lesson again. So look at the highlighted words in the text and match them with their meanings. Then check your answers in a dictionary. I don't think we need a dictionary after we saw the flashcards. Now let's begin. Clay tablets, underneath, tiles, paving stones, sunburned, combination. The first one, clay tablets, that picture with the weird or strange writing. The second one, underneath, the basketball, which is under the table. Tiles, the things we put on a roof. Paving stones, the things we put on the ground so people can walk on. Sunburnt, when you stay under the sun or scorching sun for too long, you will be sunburned. And the last one, the colors. You remember the colors? Yeah. Red and yellow become orange. The answers are E. Flat objects that have been written on and taken baked in an oven. Underneath, directly below something else. thin flat pieces of pottery used to cover walls or floors or ceilings or roofs. Large flat piece of stone used as part of an outdoor floor or pavement. Reddening of the skin from spending too much time in the sun. And combination, a mixture of different things. Let's use these words in sentences. 1. Clay tablets. The ancient Babylonians wrote on clay tablets. Exactly. Underneath. You are looking for something? Well, my keys. Okay, look underneath the table. Tiles. My house is covered with tiles. Paving stones. Again, there are so many paving stones in front of my yard. Yes, sunburnt. I spent too much time under the sun or the scorching sun, so I have been sunburnt. Combination. The noise combination made me awake all night. Okay, now the last activity. Complete the sentences with the words in the box. Use your dictionary to find examples of the usage of these words. Location, site, area. Look at the pictures. Location. This is location. I don't think so. This one is location. Isn't this Corniche area? Yes. And this one, this is a building. Yes, site. Mr. Brown went to the building site to check the progress of the housing complex that was under construction. How many parks are there in your area? And if you want to open a restaurant, you should make sure that its location is close to public transport. Exactly. I will leave you with the second 3 sentences. Landscape, countryside, and nature. Ian is a lover. A landscape lover, a countryside lover, or a nature lover? I think it's a nature lover. When he is not working, he often goes to the forest and spends hours studying plants and animals. 5. I prefer to live in the countryside. It's much safer and quieter than the city. The last one, hills and trees were the main features of the landscape as we drove through the beautiful village. Now let's use these words, or the words we used in the previous exercise. Let's use them in new sentences. Location, site, area, landscape, countryside, and nature. I'll go back to the previous slide so you can get some clues. Your homework, your second homework for today is on page 29, exercise B. Please complete with the correct form of the words in capitals. Thank you so much for your attention and listening, and see you next time. Goodbye.